Hey there YouTube, Shirotar1979 here actually again with another video. This one is kind of a tag video, and by tag I mean tag. Everyone who watches this, I would love to hear a comment from you or a video response. This one is going to be about the music that you love. Specifically, I would love to know out there from my subscribers and friends and all that, if you can name one song that just really means something to you, what would it be and why? And I'm not necessarily talking it has to be spiritual or not spiritual or anything, just one song that you love or video that you just find very powerful for whatever reason. And as such, when you make a video response, I'd love to hear you explain it, and even post, if it's here on YouTube, post a link to it so we can all see it for ourselves. So, since I am kind of making this a tag video, I'm going to go ahead and tag a few people. First person I'd like to tag is my wife, Jennifer, Mrs. Shirotora, who is now over here cooking dinner and got this weird look on her face. Two, I'd like to hear from Pagan Ron. Three, I would like to hear from My Soul Cries Out. Love to hear. I'd honestly love to hear from you. Blue Fire Witch, you up? I'd love to hear what music really just makes you cry. And for my friend Bengali, just one song or video that really means a lot to you and why. Now, seeing as I'm going first, I'll go ahead and do it. The song or the music video that makes me cry every time I hear it is by a band called Blind Guardian. They're a metal band, and the song is the Bard Song. I think the reason this video means so much to me is it reminds me of my great-grandmother, my Nana. She died in 1994 at the grand old age of 92. And I think when she died, I was closer to her than anyone else in my life. I mean, she meant so much to me. We would go down to Corpus Christi, Texas, or at some points Laredo, and when she got too sick to live on her own, which I never saw her being sick my entire life. She moved up with my grandparents in Corpus. And every time we'd go down there, everybody would be going to see my grandparents, my Wella and Popo, and I would be there to see my great-grandmother. And I just remember one question someone asked me, well, my mom asked me is, "Aren't you bored over there?" And I said, yes, I'm a little kid. I'm bored out of my mind. I'm surrounded by nothing but old people. But it makes my Nana happy. And I think one of the best memories I have of her, and will always have of her, is the stories she told. I mean, anything from little books to the Pokey Little Puppy to stories that her great-grandmother told her from back during the days when Indian attacks were a very real thing. Or some of the Spanish fables she would tell me. For those of you who know, I'm part Mexican. And, oh, I can still hear her voice so clearly in my mind. And the song, when it sings, it's based on J.R. Tolkien's writings about the bard he was. And even though he has left us, the stories remain. And anyone who reads them, anyone who hears them, has a part of them inside him or her. And by his stories, he has changed people's lives. He has changed the face of literature itself. I mean, almost every fantasy movie out there, every book. I mean, even some of the Christian books, such as The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, owe it to Tolkien. And just thinking about it, I think about my grandmother's stories and how they just stick with me. And how much she herself, and through her stories, has helped shape me into the man I have become. And while there are points I know she would look down on me and just be very disapproving and, oh, I can't believe that, I would like to think that she changed me in such a way that in the end she'd be proud of me. And I think, unlike other metal music, overall for Blind Guardian, this is very, very bardic. You're going to have to listen to understand. There is no heavy drums and no rah, me to the microphone. Rah. You know, in fact, none of their music's like that. That's one of the things I like about it. There's actual stories, there's actual lyrics, there's actual harmony in the songs. But there is such a beautiful, beautiful tonal and harmony between the tone, the music, and the voice that cannot be expressed. And every time I hear that, I even now I'm gonna have to go listen to it here in a minute. But for me, that would be one song, and there's a few others, but that'd be one song that has really touched me. So I would invite anyone to go out there and, you know, click the link when it's up. I'm doing a quick capture, so it's going to take a minute, but to go out there and listen and let me know what you think on that, or more importantly, anyone who views this video, I'd love to hear in comment section or make a video response about music that has touched you in some way, form, or fashion. Anyway, everyone, take care, be safe, God bless, and we'll talk to you soon.